Shalom. First and foremost, I give all praise, honor, glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah, Bahashem, Wakahakodash, double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule well and taught me this truth. Peace, blessings, salutations, and mercies to the elect and the one-third remnant out there listening and doing this word with all faith and sincerity. Scattered amongst the nations and the four corners of the earth, to you I say shalom, Lord willing. This video's edifying is going to be centered around the topic of gold being at all-time highs, right? You look at the price of gold today, it's worth, I believe this is an ounce of gold is worth $4,158.20. And, it's actually down a little bit today. But overall, as you can see, right by the index, it has been rising steadily over the years, right? I mean, gold back in April 1997, $344. And then you look today, right, is worth $4,158. So percentage-wise, it's up a lot, right? It's up a lot. And I want to say it's saying it's up 991% from the time, I guess, this index start being tracked. Now, what that entails is that obviously the dollar is weak, right? The dollar is weak. These different events that's been going on in the world has been furthering the demise of this system. And one of the indicators of a currency strength is you price it, you look at how much, it's priced in gold or silver, right? Because these are, true monies, right? If you know, the dollar used to be backed by gold, back in the 70s before it went, before the U.S. went off the gold standard, right? And went full-blown fiat currency. The dollar was once backed by gold. So, gold is used as a tool to measure the strength of one's currency, all right? And it's obviously depreciating day by day. So gold is becoming more and more precious. But spiritually, that's where I want to, hearken on, because, at the same time, things are becoming more chaotic and uncertain, right? We have entered into the times of Jacob's trouble, right? We see great tribulation, ahead of us, but the price of gold, is rising, is becoming more and more valuable. And we know that the Lord looks at his men as gold, right? This is Isaiah 13:12. I will make a man more precious than fine gold, even a man than a golden wedge of Ophir. See, I thought it was interesting that over the years it's continued to rise steadily. And it just, my mind just related it to the truth. All right. just from my experience, my short time since I first woke up to this, knowledge, things have changed mightily, man. I mean, just from the trends. Now, when I first heard the truth, to even mention, people still looked at you like you was, something was wrong with you when you were, because you were so into the scriptures, right? Into current events and things that are going on in the world. People thought that was weird, Now that's that's the popular thing. To call yourself a prophet is like the new trendy thing, that people are doing, especially men. Everybody's all of a sudden, got this high level of spiritual understanding. But where did it originate from? Right? The truth. Okay. This truth has become trendy and popularized, and now it's the attractive thing to be in, when at first it wasn't like that. Okay, and that's just since I've been in. That's what I've noticed. So just imagine, the apostles and elders, before me, right? How much things have changed. But that's because the Lord is making his men more valuable, because these prophecies are starting to be felt. Okay? So now everybody's starting to take note. All right? This is Isaiah 33 and 6. Because ultimately the world is taking note, because things are not as comfortable as it used to be. People are now seeking understanding now. This is Isaiah 33 and 6 in the NIV. He will be the sure foundation for your times, a rich store of salvation and wisdom and knowledge, and the fear of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai is the key to this treasure. So because we fear Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, we have access to what these riches, right? It's knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. Okay, which have been likened unto, precious stones, right? Rubies, jewels, right? As well as his servants, the prophets of Yahweh Bashim Yahushua have been likened unto gold, right? And how do you take the impurities out of gold? How does gold become more and more finer? Well, the heat, right? You increase the heat. All right. Scriptures say, what gold is for a furnace. This is Proverbs 17:3. The finding pot is for silver, and the furnace for gold. See? So you put gold in a furnace, and it removes those impurities, right? Making that gold more pure, more precious, right? And that's what the Lord is doing. As the world goes through these tribulations, we are in this world, right? But through these tribulations, we become more pure. We become more vibrant. We become more faithful, because things are going in our favor as the world turns down, right? We are being lifted up. Okay, similar to gold being put in a furnace and that heat being brought up. It only makes the gold better, but everything else is what? Everything else is going to melt, right? Everything else is going to be devoured. And the Lord trieth the hearts, right? And the Lord's going to try you through what? The daily, your daily walk in this life, right? Things are not going to always go your way, but how are you going to take it? You know? So we experiencing these things and we're overcoming these things, but yet the world around us is being consumed. The people around us are being consumed. Okay, and people are taking note of that. All right, but they still don't got it yet. They still don't really understand. Okay? Because when they do, there will be no faking it. This is Proverbs 20:15. There is gold and a multitude of rubies, but the lips of knowledge are a precious jewel. See? So this knowledge is likened unto a jewel. Okay? Something very valuable. All right? Because it brings what? Stability. As it said in Isaiah 33. You know, it's going to be a sure foundation, right? We're going to be able to steady ourselves by this word, right? The scriptures say that the name of the Lord is a strong tower, right? He that runneth into it is safe. So this knowledge, wisdom, and understanding makes us safe. Okay, we have access to his treasure, these treasures being spiritual. Okay, because we fear the Lord. All right. This is Malachi 3 and 17 in the NIV. On the day when I act, says Yahweh Shema Shah Almighty, they will be my treasured possession. I will spare them just as a father has compassion and spares his son who serves him. See, so on this day, right, what we have faith in is that we're going to be spared. All right. And as you see, the Lord calls us his what? Possession, his treasured possession. That's why he likens us to gold. Okay. So, you know, that's what gives us hope. That in the day when the Lord's act, in the day of the Lord, right, well, he will bring the world to his knees, and we're in the process of this happening. This is actively happening as, you know, we speak, right? Day by day, we continue to see the work of Yahweh Shema Shai, where the Lord said that he's going to spare. There are some out there who are going to be spared. There are some out there who are going to be elevated. Okay, what is it saying, Job? At destruction and famine, thou shalt laugh. Matter of fact, this is Job 5 and 19. He shall deliver thee in 6 troubles, yea, in 7 there shall no evil touch thee. In famine he shall redeem thee from death, and in war from the power of the sword. Thou shalt be hid from the scourge of the tongue, neither shalt thou be afraid of destruction when it cometh. Now, this is just a mindset of having, no fear when destruction comes is a very peculiar mindset. It's a very precious mindset to have in a time of adversity. Very courageous, right? At destruction and famine, thou shalt laugh, neither shalt thou be afraid of the beasts of the earth. Right. So we're gonna laugh at famine and at destruction. Right? Because the Lord said he's gonna spare us from it. Okay? Because Lord willing, we are, his we are his precious metals, man. We are his stones. Okay, his lively stones. All right, his gold. Okay. His treasure. All right. Lord will, man. I think I got This is Wisdom of Solomon 3:6. As gold in the furnace hath he tried them. See, there's a reference to gold again. Okay, and what will I start the video showing? How trendy gold has been in these last moments of this captivity, right? It's been trending upward at a very, very high margin, especially that of recent, right? And receive them as a burnt offering. And in the time of their visitation, they shall shine. See? So at the time where the Lord increases terrors on earth, where tribulation and anguish are exacerbated beyond, measures in which we've ever seen in earth, right? In the history of earth, we ain't never seen times like we're about to see. But the Lord said, well, we're going to shine in it, right? Reminiscent of what? Gold, in a furnace being purified, right? And run to and fro like sparks among the stubble. That's right, man. The Lord is going to increase us to the point where, he's going to give us those spiritual powers, those divine abilities. Okay. They shall judge the nations and have dominion over the people, and their Lord shall reign forever, because this coincides with what? The return of our Lord Yahushua. Okay. And that's the point of this ministry, to what? Usher in the return of our Lord. And Lord will, we get to reign with him. Both down of all praise and the glory to Yahweh, Shema, Shabbat, Shem, Rakakwadash, Wa, Baba, Ball, and DTA.